A very good afternoon, Team Zimbabwe. Maswara to Africa and Beyond Television Network, where we are taking a look on various issues which are happening in the nation of Zimbabwe as well as Africa. A lot of people blamed Advocate Nelson Chamisa for the nomination of Honorable Rusty Maka for the Harare East constituency, but God was in control. Reasons being, Honorable Tendai Biti was earmarked for disqualification by Zimbabwe Electoral Commission if he had represented CCC in Harare East constituency. And remember, his disqualification was going to be announced during the closure of the nomination court, which means there was no time for CCC to make a replacement. So, indeed, the winning of Rusty Makam to that respect shows or clearly indicates that the ZANU PF was working on something. I'm going to bring this issue right here onto the screen for you to get to understand. Tim Pachedu here says, Honorable Biti is one of the victims who were forced to vote in wrong constituencies. Biti lives in Harare East and had transferred to Gletwin Farm Hall in Harare, but in Harare East, but ZEC put him under Mount Pleasant.
Yes, we, as you know, Ward 9.
So let me try to put right here onto the screen this video for clarity, so that you get to understand what we are talking about here.
Yes, we, as you know, Ward 9, Ward 8, which was part of Harare East, was taken away by delimitation and put in Mount Pleasant. So, as the outgoing MP of Harare East, I was registered to vote at DCPT in Ward 8, which was then part of Harare East. So when the delimitation came, I then transferred to this polling station, and this is my voter transfer form, which I did. And as you can see, it indicates that I'm now part of Gletwin A. That is it, May. I'm now going to Mount Pleasant, but I'm not. I don't stay in Mount Pleasant. I stay in Ward 18.
So this is Honorable Tendai Biti clearly indicating that he voted in a wrong constituency, in a wrong ward. He stays in Harare East, but he voted in Mount Pleasant. So Honorable Tendai Biti was put in between Advocate Mayere on the other side and Rusty Makam on the other side, but he was removed from his original place where he was supposed to be voting, and was placed in Mount Pleasant. So these are the issues Team Zimbabwe we have been talking about. When you see people attacking Advocate Nelson Chamisa, saying that he did this thing secretly, he was running this party from his pocket, all those people, they're just haters. Because in reality, these things were not manufactured by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. These things were the manufacturing of other people who actually brought this mess. And because some people are scared to tell the truth, they simply give wrong people responsibility of these things. As a leader, Advocate Nelson Chamisa is forced to take responsibility, which is supposed to be taken by ZEC here. It's ZEC which must take responsibility and tell the people of Zimbabwe how Honorable Tendai Biti voted in a wrong constituency, how Honorable Tendai Biti voted in a wrong ward. Those are key issues, because you are mandated to vote for whoever you want in your own constituency, in your own ward. But it happened differently. So if you look on all those things, Honorable Tendai Biti was affected. Who else was affected? So many people were affected and are victims because of electoral fraud, which was being commandeered by Team FAS. Because there is no doubt that this election, FAS was in charge of everything. ZEC was not in charge. Honestly speaking, ZEC was just a name. But the people who were in charge were fuzz elements. The same thing which happened during ZANU PF primaries, where names of people were not found from their own cell registers, is the same thing which was happening during this election. Certain people couldn't find their names on the voters' roll. I have another issue here. Let me bring it for you to understand this thing. It's not out of hatred. It's out of love for the nation of Zimbabwe. That is the reason why we are speaking. Let me bring another issue, another example of people from Chinhoyi. 4 of them were registered to vote, but they couldn't get their names at the place. What happened? So this is another case here. This is another case of Rwanda.
And as I was expecting that this was just going to be a quick coming in and coming out, was the what ndisvika apa ndichicheka zita kwese kuma-polling stations zita rangu harisipoonekwa ende ndikunzi handimo muvoters roll. Ndobva ndava paid ndikati ndichekereiwo muvoters roll kuti ndimwe. And then I'm realizing handitorimo muvoters roll. And I'm asking him, am I going to vote today? And then he told me the chances are very slim that you are going to vote because so what's the purpose of this thing? I'm a first time voter. So
I register chika nasina sokwanisa kuzovota. These are the issues which are being pointed out, and people like Bob think that it is the problem of Triple C. No, it's of this fraud.
Ndakarequestiwa pafoni ndikanzi zita rangu riri pakanzu, ndaenda kukanzu ndikatsvaka zita rangu ndikarishaya. Rangu ini Lucia Paradza, murume wangu Emmanuel Paradza, mwana wangu Cosmas Paradza, mwana wangu Nobet Paradza. Ndashaya mazita kukanzu. Tikabva ikoko tikafamba tikauya kudomestic tikatsvaga futi mazita edu aripo 4 hakuna. Rangu inini nemurume wangu nevana vangu hakuna. Apa ndauya kuno kuhoro inini ndogara kugadzema yemarriage, mazita edu hatisi kumawana.
Saka apa makuita
apa ndakudzokera futi kuti ndinyatsotarisisa kuti ndagutsikana here, ndarishayisisa pamwe ndatarisa nemeso ane hutara nekuchembera kuti ndione kuti ndariwana here zita rangu. Kana ndariwana zita rangu aiwa ndofo kana ndisina aiwa ndichagwadziwa zvakanyanyisisa. Kana ndisina nokuti ex wangu akandikoshera pandiri kuda.
So this is true. Ex yemunhu inofanira kumukoshera kuti aise vote yake paari kuda. But these things were happening. Zimbabwe Electoral Commission should simply take responsibility of its own actions, of its own things. These things were manufactured because of their association nefaz. Because takambozviona ku-primary election ZANU PF, faz ichizviita izvozvo. In ZANU PF, people were not happy with faz itself. And up to this day, they are not happy with faz because yakaita disenfranchise a lot of ZANU PF people. So this thing was happening across. Honorable Tendai Biti was affected. Several people I've shown you, they were affected in this election. So you wonder, what kind of election is it? When you go to an election, you can't find your name on the voters' roll. It's a shame. It's a shame. How can you claim to have won this election in such a charade? So you understand that the reason why, as young people, we are saying we do not accept this election. It's not because of hatred, no. It's because of these irregularities. Any reasonable authority would deal with this matter. Any reasonable authority would attend to this matter and call for a fresh election. This was not a fresh an election. We need a fresh election. So Nelson Chamisa is not claiming to say Ndipei Chimuti. Nelson Chamisa is saying ngatidzokere ground. So you would understand kuti his call is genuine, and those who are refusing to go back to the field know very well that they rigged, and they know very sure for real that this time around they won't be allowed to continue rigging. So it is what it is, Team Zimbabwe. So we'll continue to come with these matters and expose the regime. We know that ZANU PF does not want the truth. They'll do whatever they want to stop us or to silence us, but we'll continue to speak. As long as we are alive, we'll continue to speak and fight for this generation and fight for our future.